am so excited to be here.
I am too.
I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm excited.
You are going to do great. This is my good friend, Kashia Diaz. She is a renowned chef.
Ooh.
I love it. And she has been in the industry for over what, 15 years?
Yes, I stopped counting.
Yes. Yes.
2008, do the math.
Yes, yes, but you make the most delicious meals, and you've been situated here in Connecticut for some time now.
Yes.
But you are originally from the Caribbean islands.
Yes, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes.
Hey,
Tell us a little about you, how you got started, and My City Kitchen.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and I always like to say that because that's my roots. That's where I grew up, and I came to the United States when I was 22 years old.
Yes.
As far as me coming to Connecticut, I think I was 24, 25 when I came to Connecticut, and I was living in New Haven, right? And we stayed there for like 2 years, and then we moved to Meriden. Yeah, and I lived in Meriden for good 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I moved to Seymour, so I'm all over Connecticut.
Yes, definitely.
But Meriden is basically where everything started for me. I went to culinary school. I lived in Culinary back in 2006. I started and went to Italy, did a study abroad program in Italy. And when I came back from Italy, and this is so funny, my son thinks it's, why do you always tell the story?
Yeah.
But I was away for a long time studying abroad and doing different things. And when I came back, I really wanted to spend time with my children. So one of the things I wanted to do was cook because that was just something for me as a family. Something that we did for the family. Correct. We spent time cooking and different things, and then people in their friends in the neighborhood would come over on a Saturday morning to join in the cooking because my sons would go say, "Yeah, I'm cooking with my mom on Saturday."
And they'll just brag about it.
Exactly. And they were like, "Yeah, you can come over." And then, they come over and then it turned from 2 kids to 4 kids to 6 kids. And I'm like, we got to.
Now?
Exactly. My friend, Ione, Hernandez, she said to me, "I think you should consider doing this, for full time as a career." And I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I just want to be able to give my kids basic life skills. They need to be able to learn how to cook, clean, iron, basic things that they're going to need to survive. And cooking was major because everyone in my family knows how to cook. People think I cook very well, but you need to taste my family's cooking.
Oh, wow.
Aunts, cousins, men and women, they are excellent cooks. Wow. So that's how it started. I prayed about it and I was like, yeah, I think this is where I want you to be. So I went downtown, found a space, and opened My City Kitchen.
My City Kitchen.
My City Kitchen. And everyone always asks me, why did you name it My City Kitchen?
Yeah, I love it. I think it's very, very different for a restaurant.
Thank you. My City Kitchen, it was named because I saw a vision. And I saw My City Kitchen having locations across the state in different cities, different communities. And I wanted the kids to have that as theirs.
Yeah.
So whether it's in New Haven, it's My City Kitchen for New Haven.
It's a movement.
It's a
hashtag
correct.
My City Kitchen.
My City. This is mine.
Oh, I love
So that's
that.
how I came up with the name My City Kitchen.
Dope, Kashia.
Thank you.
That is dope. No, that is dope. That's like hashtag a movement. Because it gives the kids like something to look forward to,
Correct.
strive for.
Exactly. Ownership.
Wow. Ownership,
Correct.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. So My City Kitchen, it was originally a restaurant.
No, it was actually a nonprofit organization teaching kids between the age of 6 and 17 how to be independent in the kitchen. And one of the things that I am passionate about, as I said, is teaching kids. And it actually started growing and expanding.
Yes.
So from teaching the kids how to cook and how to be independent in the kitchen, because one of the things I realized was a lot of kids coming in were from single parent homes. And then even if they were part of a family, mom and dad, they were both working a lot.
Yeah.
We don't talk about it, we don't discuss it, but a lot of kids go home from school and they buy themselves.
Oh, yeah.
you know, because the parents are working, have to put food on the table, have to pay bills, have to manage life. And I wanted the kids to know, you know what, you don't have to go for an unhealthy snack. You can make something healthy. If the parents take a little time to prep certain things, if they don't want them using knives or anything like that, they can make food and they can make something that's healthy. Have a healthy option. Show them how to meal prep and get things done. Because growing up in the islands, we used to make our own sandwiches and lunch for school. That was our part of our responsibility. And I wanted to show that to the kids because I realized a lot of kids, even the parents, didn't know how to cook. And it just grew from that. You
It's
know,
become an epidemic. Self-sufficiency.
correct.
The conveniency of fast food, the convenience lifestyle, fast paced, go, 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 is really starting to deteriorate basic life skills.
Exactly.
And I think it's so admirable of you to create a nonprofit organization that focuses on that very thing.
Thank you.
And so, how was the impact during that time with the kids? Did you find any of the kids growing into entrepreneurship as a career path for themselves with a culinary experience?
Actually, I had one student who started doing a cookie business, baking business with her mom.
Wow.
And I had another student who, when he came into the program, he was a bit overweight and doing summer camps with the kids and teaching them how to eat. We had a nutritionist on board. We will take them to the grocery store, showing them how to shop, showing them how the layout of a grocery store works, you know, and how to shop on it very, and show them exactly when you come into the grocery store how you should shop. Avoid the aisles. You know. Yes, go on the outside. And you know, so we taught them that. We took them out and everything. So he ended up losing a lot of weight and very healthy. One of the things that he wanted was to join his football team at school. And he was a little bit overweight and he lost a lot of weight, joined the football team, and he ended up doing really, really awesome at school. Now he's married, has 2 children, and he's doing great.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
See, those are the type of stories that are so important
Yeah.
and just can carry on for generations in a lifetime.
Absolutely. I mean, that's just a few, you know.
Yeah.
Just, you know, I had to do a lot of, you know, improvise a lot. I had one student who was wheelchair bound.
Oh,
And, you know, the way the kitchen was set up, it was really just like and she was really upset because her brother was taking cooking classes with me, and she wanted to come in.
Right.
And she said, "Why you don't have access, you know, for me to come in? I love cooking and baking." So I said, "Okay." I mean, that is very, you know, it's a challenge for me to figure this out. So I bought a small folding table, and she had her table where she did her own cooking.
Wow.
And you know, she had nothing special done. You had to get all your stuff, get everything, clean up after yourself, and she did amazing.
That's awesome. You're breaking down barriers with My City Kitchen. Like I see this as not only teaching them basic culinary skills, but life skills.
Yes.
You're making it accommodating. You're making it inclusive.
Correct.
My City Kitchen is for everyone.
Absolutely.
For everyone. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
You know, and people always see it as a cooking program, but I saw it more than that. It was.
Speak to me more about that.
Yeah, we had one of our biggest supporters was the state of Connecticut juvenile system.
Wow.
And we had students coming in from the juvenile system, coming in to do service because they thought, hey, maybe if you can do your programs here, maybe that can stop you from going into detention. We had a student who excelled.
Wow.
You know, his mom, the first day I met him, the mom walked in and she was like, this is my son. And she looked at him, she said, "This is Chef Kashia." And she looked at me, she said, "Do whatever, because I had enough," and walked away. She was like, "I had enough." And we were looking at each other and I didn't know what to do, you know? So we took the class and for about 2 weeks, he didn't speak much to me at all. He did I think he was just coming and said, "Okay, I'll just do this and get over it." And then, you know, I had, you know, a program set on how we were going to do classes, what we were going to do every week, this is what we're going to do. And then one day, I had an Italian lesson on making pasta, and that was it.
That was it.
He came in, he
Broke
did the
out of his
class,
shell.
and he said, "Chef,
Ah.
this is it." He said, "This is so good," and I'm like,
That's all it took.
"You actually can talk." You know, I was like, I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, this is blazing." I said, "Okay." So basically, I took the lesson. I was like,
Yeah.
shoot out the window.
Right, right.
And I said to him, I said, "Okay, so I see what you like, and I see what kind of interest to you."
Yeah.
I said, "You know what, Kashia, you have to figure out how to reach this young man, and you have to make him feel like he is part of."
Yes.
And I said to him, I said, "You know what? Let's put this lesson that I have planned for you."
Yeah.
I said, "Why don't you research recipes?" You know, it was like 5 more classes. I said, "Why don't you research 5 recipes and come back next week, you know, and let me know what it is you want to do. And we'll work on the things that you want to learn, that is interesting to you, and we take it from there."
Oh, I love that.
1 hour after he left, he sent me the whole list. "I want to do this, I want to do this." And I'm like, yes,
That's an amazing connection.
yeah.
So you've learned how to balance between not only sticking rigid to your curriculum, but connecting with the students.
Exactly.
And that's driving more engagement than you probably could have even imagined.
Absolutely.
And now the kids are getting attention,
Love,
yes, support,
respect,
right? Dignity,
yes,
and within cooking.
Within cooking, and
Wow.
that's one of the things that people don't see. They just see it as a little cooking program.
Right.
And
say that loud for the mic, for the people in the back. Say it for the people in the back.
This is just not a little cooking program. It changes life.
Yes. Yes.
So we ended up working on these things, and he went like he just shot up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. He didn't like sports, he didn't like certain things, but cooking was his thing. And we didn't realize that was his thing.
Wow.
And that young man went on to graduate with honors.
Wow.
I was at his graduation, and I have photos to prove it.
Wow, Kashia.
Not only did he do that, he was so good that he would go on television with me and do cooking segments with me on television. He was then featured because he came through the juvenile detention program. They requested him because, you know, I had to give updates to parole officers and different things. They requested him to do a cooking segment at an annual event they were hosting.
Oh, wow.
Correct, in New Britain.
Wow.
And I do have proof of that as well.
That's amazing.
Not only that, I took him with me to New York City, and we were invited by Cooking with the Troops.
Okay.
Through my friend Ellen Adams. She's a veteran, and we had the opportunity to work alongside her in Cooking with the Troops organization to serve veterans in New York City at the NASDAQ.
Whoa, wow.
At the NASDAQ building. And he cooked alongside, you know, Master Chef.
Yeah.
And, you know, they were there ringing the closing of the bell, and you know, their photos on the Jumbotron. So it was really amazing. It was really amazing. And other people heard of his story. You know, he was featured in the Meriden Record Journal.
Oh, wow.
And people heard of his story through social media. And one of a friend of mine, her name is Chef Ramin Ganishram, featured him in one of her cookbooks called Future Chef with his family recipes. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And if you think that's all, it's not.
Right.
I got one more.
Go
He
ahead.
ended up going, I recommended him for the People to People Student Ambassador Program. And it's an organization founded by President Eisenhower. And he went to Europe.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he went to Europe for 3 weeks as part of this, you know, educational program. And it was a life changer for him.
Yeah.
And he's doing amazing right now.
Oh, my God. I love that.
Thank you.
And this is the stories that we don't get to hear.
Exactly.
It's the impact that we don't often get to see.
Exactly. And you know, Meriden is considered such like an inner city.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I was faced with, I got a call from DCF,
Mhm.
and I had a student that they wanted me to work with. She was 12 or 13 years old and pregnant. And they wanted me to teach her how to cook because she didn't know how to, because she had to take care of her baby.
Yeah.
So this young girl came into the program and she didn't know how to even boil an egg.
Yeah.
And at the end of the program, she can cook.
She was outmastering
She
everyone.
can cook, she can take care of herself, she can, the
Yeah.
basic stuff, she
Yeah.
knew how to handle herself.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And out of that, and
Yeah.
she challenged me
Yeah.
because when she had her baby, she wanted to come back to the program. And I said, well, you have to take care of your baby.
Yeah.
And she said, so I don't even know how to take care of a baby. I'm a child myself. Why you don't have something for single moms like me, teenage moms like me? Maybe we can teach our kids how to cook healthy or make something healthy for our baby. And I pondered upon that and I said, wow, here's an opportunity. I can say, no, this is, I work with kids 6 to 17 and that's all I do.
Yeah.
And I work with youth. Teenage mother is a whole other issue.
Yeah.
And through a wonderful grant of a local foundation, they funded a teen moms program through my city kitchen.
Wow.
And we had teens, moms from 13 to, I think it was 18 or 21. And the moms would come in.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I always love to include is fathers. I'm
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
big on supporting dads and men.
Absolutely.
So the fathers had opportunity to come in and join the class. And we'll teach them about, making healthy baby foods, cooking, utilizing their WIC,
Yeah.
resources and how to shop and do grocery shopping. We only also had someone come in to teach them financial literacy.
Oh wow.
Exactly, yeah. And also teaching them how to do couponing,
Yeah.
how to stretch their dollar and make it work for them. So we did all of those things with the program, but people only focused solely on the kids cooking. We work with a lot of different organizations in the city, such as the Boys and Girls Club, the YMCA, where we conducted camps for them.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we would, yeah. So the part of the camp with the Boys and Girls Club is that they would come in the morning for camp and make breakfast, make their lunch. And we do activities, hiking, exercise, workout, and different things, and educate them about food.
Wow. So much empowerment here.
Thank you.
So much empowerment. You have done so much in a short time span with My City Kitchen. How long did the program run?
My City Kitchen started in 2009, and we had to shut the doors down in like 2016, 17. We lost our space. Our landlord was expanding, and we had to move out of the space. And trying to find a new location was really difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It took me over a year and a half to try to figure things out and try to find a space until it was no more. We lost our funding and we had to give it up. I had to give it up.
And how did that? What was the impact of that? Yeah.
It hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Because I worked so hard to get it to where it was.
Yeah.
And the issue is that no one would rent us a space that would allow us to have a kitchen. Because obviously you're renting, and if you leave or decide, you know what, we're growing and we need to move out, that landlord is now responsible for dealing with that kitchen and trying to get it rented.
Yeah.
And the work, renovation and all of that is going to be very, very expensive. So that was one of the problems that we had. And the other issue was, if we found a space, then the area where we found the space, it was not zoned for kitchen.
That's the part.
Having a nonprofit, it's hard to maintain
Absolutely.
getting funding all the time. So one of the things I had brought to the board of directors is that we need a component for the organization where we can have sustainability. And that came with catering. Utilizing and hiring the students who excel in the program, utilize them, hire them to work in catering, and give them that kind of job training. but no one was willing to support that and hire these students to participate in the catering. One really important aspect of the program and component of the program is to have a team to work program, right? So I had come up with a curriculum to, together with one of the couple of the board members, we proposed it to them and they approved it. So we would teach the students basic culinary skills in order to get them employed.
Wow.
And that program is something that I stuck with and changed over time, add to it. And that's something that I use for a company that I worked with in Bridgeport called The Feed Center.
The Feed Center. Yes. I know that right. Yeah. So let's go into that a little bit.
So
how did that program evolve?
With the Feed Center?
Yeah.
After my city kitchen closed down, I started, really contemplating, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
And I worked, like I said, a year and a half trying to figure out how I can restart the program. How can I find a location that would be the proper parking space that would give me the permission to have a commercial kitchen and all of that, and it just was not working. So I got really frustrated, and I said, you know what, the next opportunity comes to my way, I'm out. And an opportunity came, and I was able to open my cafe, MCK Gourmet Cafe in Shelton.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I had that cafe for 2 years, and everything happens for a reason, because I was really sad that I had to close that down because it just wasn't working out. Everything says location, location, location. It was not the best location.
Right.
The idea was there, the concept was there, but I didn't have the support that I needed, and I had to shut it down. But closing it down worked out because it was just before the pandemic.
Right.
Which was something else, and I think that if I had that cafe during the pandemic, it would have crushed me. Yeah, so everything works out. We don't know why, but it always works out in the end.
Yeah, for sure. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And so let's talk a little bit more about what inspired you to apply for the Carla Hall.
Carla Hall, yes. Favorite chef competition?
Yes, the Carla Hall favorite chef competition.
Okay, so everyone really knows me from My City Kitchen.
Yeah.
And all the work that I've been doing. Even though My City Kitchen ended, I still continued keeping in contact with my students, doing community events, working with the Meriden Farmers Market, and really doing a lot in the community still, because Meriden has my heart, So this is where it all began. So I really have a special place in my heart for Meriden. And my cousin, Adana, she reached out to me on social media. She was like, apply.
Yeah.
You should apply. You could do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. I'm really kind of iffy about, reality stuff and different things like that.
Definitely.
And she said to me, what's it gonna hurt? She was like, why don't you take a look at it, think about it. And she was like, why don't you pray about it? And I said, why did you say that? Now I have to do it. So, I took about a day or two and I thought about it, prayed about it. And, God was like, why are you scared?
Yeah.
What are you scared about? I thought you said, that, God didn't give you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind.
There we go.
So what are you scared about?
Yes.
And, those questions came back to me like, you speak these things in faith and you talk about these things, but how does it really apply to your life?
That's so good.
You can't just, say and not do.
Right.
So I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, no, you gotta talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yes.
And I said, okay, God, I'm going to take up this challenge and do it. And I said, if you're telling me to move forward, then I'm going to move forward.
And you have.
Yeah, so I put in there and I said, you know what, I'm going to put in the application. I did the application and I forgot about it. And I sent her the application. I said, I applied. See, I applied.
Yeah.
And she's like, good, keep me posted. And I'm like, So I was doing a couple but research,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw the last competition from 2023 had over 100,000 applicants,
Wow.
and I said, okay, it's like one in 100,000 that I'm
Yeah.
gonna get picked anyway. So I was like, just
Mm-hmm.
you did your best.
Yeah. No.
And I got this text message saying that I was accepted. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly.
holy moly.
Yeah.
No, I really gotta go through with this.
Yeah.
And I sent her the information, and she was like, yes, I told you.
Yes.
And I said, okay, let's do this and get it over and done with.
Yeah.
And get it. I was like, I saw the opportunity of how I can restart my city kitchen, and get it going again, and I'm fighting for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's a lot of people who support it, parents, and even my former students who are parents now.
Oh, wow.
They were like, we want our kids in this program because it benefited us so much. We want you to get this thing going. So I have a huge following and support system that is really cheering me on. So it's comforting.
Yeah. And when you win the competition.
Oh.
And you receive the 20K.
From your mouth to
Yes.
God's ear.
Yes. You will win.
Thank you.
It's just a matter of when, right?
Yes.
So will you reopen my city?
Absolutely.
Here in Meriden, or what places are you looking to reopen?
Okay, so Meriden is obviously top on the list.
Sure.
But I also work in Bridgeport, and I do a lot of stuff in different parts of the state.
Yes.
I will go where I have the most support.
That's awesome. Yeah. Because my city kitchen can still benefit anywhere.
Anywhere.
And everyone.
Correct.
That's amazing. Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not keeping my hands closed, so I'm just seeing where the chips fall.
Yeah.
And if this is where I need to go, then when that door opens, I'm walking through.
Absolutely. And how can people support you?
People can support me by voting.
Yeah.
Voting for me, please.
Yes.
And you
do 2 votes a day at this point, right?
1 vote per day in your 24 hours, but if they choose to make a donation vote, they can.
Okay.
I'm not asking anyone to make donation votes. That's up to you.
Sure.
And when you make a donation vote, a portion of this goes to the James Beard Foundation.
Oh,
The foundation also works with communities that deal with poverty, food pantries, homelessness, and different things. So they are giving to a worthy cause.
Sure, definitely.
And if they choose to make that donation, it's a tax write-off. They can do that as well.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. And how else people can support you?
They can support me by following My City Kitchen on Facebook.
Yes.
And they can also, tell their friends and family how to vote for me in My City Kitchen.
Yes, awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, wow. Yeah. I really, you've done such an amazing job. We've worked together in the past, and I always love working with you. You have such a fire, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you so much. I'm inspired by you and what you're doing in the community.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And women supporting women.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's the most important thing for me.
Yes.
And I'm so honored that you allowed me to come on your podcast to talk about the contest, talk about My City Kitchen. And I think we're going to be having another podcast soon.
Oh, yes. Well, this has been a pleasure, such a delight. I am so proud of you. I'm very inspired by what you're doing. And I've been voting every day. And you should too.
Yes, please.
We will post the link in the show notes at the end. And thank you so much for being on the show, Kashia.
It's my honor. Thank you.